The studio lights were brighter than usual that morning, and the audience arrived expecting another entertaining live episode. The host greeted everyone with smiles, jokes, and applause. Everything appeared perfectly normal as cameras rolled across the stage. Joy Behar settled into her chair with her usual confidence, while the production crew counted down the final seconds before the live broadcast officially began. The first few minutes moved smoothly. The hosts discussed trending headlines, exchanged playful comments, and welcomed viewers watching from home. The atmosphere remained relaxed until the announcer introduced the day's special guest, Steve Harvey. The audience erupted into loud applause as he walked onto the stage, with his familiar smile, waving to everyone before taking his seat. Steve thanked the hosts for inviting him and spoke about his latest projects. His natural humor quickly filled the room, making the audience laugh several times. Joy responded with a few witty remarks of her own, creating what seemed like friendly banter. Even the other hosts appeared amused as the conversation flowed comfortably. The discussion soon shifted toward relationships, personal responsibility, and modern family values. Steve shared opinions based on his life experiences, emphasizing respect, communication, and accountability. Joy listened carefully before offering a different perspective. She believed that changing social expectations required new ways of thinking. Her comments were thoughtful, but it became obvious that the two saw the topic from very different angles. As each person defended their viewpoint, the conversation became more serious. The audience noticed the cheerful mood slowly disappearing. Steve remained calm but firm, explaining why he believed certain traditional values still mattered. Joy answered with equally strong arguments, insisting that society had evolved beyond many old assumptions. The other hosts attempted to lighten the mood with jokes, but neither guest seemed interested in changing the subject. The discussion continued, becoming more passionate with every exchange. Instead of interrupting one another, they carefully listened before responding, making the disagreement feel genuine rather than dramatic. Audience members leaned forward in their seats, sensing that this unexpected debate had become the focus of the entire program. Social media viewers watching live began posting comments almost immediately, sharing opinions about who presented the stronger argument. Producers behind the cameras exchanged nervous glances as the scheduled timeline slipped further behind. Steve explained that healthy conversations required mutual respect, even when people disagreed completely. Joy agreed with the importance of respect, but argued that challenging long-held beliefs was equally necessary. Neither appeared angry, yet both spoke with unmistakable conviction. The moderator gently reminded everyone about the limited broadcast time, hoping to move toward another segment. Instead, one audience member applauded loudly after Steve finished speaking. Moments later, another section of the audience applauded Joy's response with equal enthusiasm. The divided reactions only added to the intensity inside the studio. Joy paused for a moment before taking a deep breath. She admitted that live television often created pressure to react quickly. Steve nodded, acknowledging how difficult it could be to discuss complicated issues within short television segments. For a brief moment, it looked as though the conversation might calm down. Then another question was introduced, about public figures influencing younger generations. Steve emphasized personal accountability and positive role models. Joy responded that public personalities should also encourage independent thinking rather than expecting everyone to agree with them. The exchange once again became energetic. The production team signaled another commercial break, but the discussion continued until the final second before the cameras temporarily stopped recording. During the break, crew members quietly adjusted microphones while the hosts spoke among themselves. The audience whispered excitedly, wondering what would happen once the show returned. When the live broadcast resumed, viewers immediately sensed the lingering tension. Steve smiled politely while Joy appeared unusually thoughtful. Instead of continuing the earlier debate, the conversation briefly shifted toward Steve's career achievements and charitable work. The audience appreciated the lighter topic, applauding warmly. However, one final audience question unexpectedly returned the discussion to the earlier disagreement. Joy answered honestly, saying she believed passionate debate was healthy because it encouraged people to examine their beliefs. Steve replied that respectful listening was just as important as speaking openly. The exchange remained civil yet emotionally charged. Everyone on stage recognized that neither side intended to change the other's opinion. Sometimes honest conversations simply reveal different life experiences rather than producing clear winners or losers. Joy slowly looked across the table before speaking again. She reflected on the years she had spent discussing difficult topics on television. She explained that countless conversations had taught her the importance of standing by her beliefs while accepting that others would sometimes disagree completely. She thanked the audience for listening, praised Steve for expressing his perspective honestly, and acknowledged her fellow hosts for creating a space where difficult discussions could happen. Her voice carried a mixture of confidence and emotion as the studio became noticeably quieter. The audience listened carefully, unsure where her remarks were leading. Even Steve appeared curious as Joy continued speaking. She explained that every career eventually reaches moments when people begin questioning what comes next. She admitted she had been reflecting on her future for quite some time. A wave of surprise spread through the studio when Joy suggested she was considering stepping away from the daily routine of live television to explore new opportunities. Some audience members gasped softly, while others remained completely silent, trying to process what they had just heard. Steve responded with kindness, saying that every successful career deserves to end on one's own terms whenever that decision feels right. He praised Joy's dedication to broadcasting and acknowledged the impact she had made through decades of lively conversations and memorable debates. The other hosts expressed appreciation for the years they had worked together. They shared humorous memories from behind the scenes, reminding viewers that disagreement had always been part of meaningful discussion rather than personal conflict. The atmosphere gradually shifted from tension to reflection. The audience applauded warmly, recognizing that respectful disagreement could exist without hostility. Smiles slowly returned across the stage as everyone thanked viewers for joining another memorable episode. When the closing music began playing, the cameras captured handshakes, friendly smiles, and appreciative applause from every corner of the studio. Whatever opinions viewers held about the earlier debate, they witnessed two experienced television personalities demonstrating that strong disagreements could still end with professionalism and mutual respect. As the credits rolled, conversations continued among audience members leaving the studio. Some agreed with Steve's viewpoints, while others supported Joy's perspective. Yet nearly everyone appreciated the respectful tone that ultimately defined the discussion. By the end of the day, clips from the episode spread rapidly across social media, inspiring thousands of conversations about communication, respect, and the importance of listening to different opinions. Rather than remembering only the disagreement, many viewers remembered the willingness of both individuals to remain composed despite holding very different beliefs. The episode became a reminder that the most memorable television moments are not always those filled with shouting or sensational drama. Sometimes they are the moments when thoughtful people disagree honestly, speak respectfully, and leave the conversation with dignity intact, allowing audiences to decide for themselves what lessons to take away.